systems go. Clear for liftoff. What is going on, Ship It Nation YouTube station? We are back with the Thursday edition of the MLB show. It's your boy Ham filling in for G Rosin. I got my guy Matt here with me. Matt, I'm fresh off the jet. Was with my boy Hebrew Cheetah last night, living and dying in LA. Sunny, beautiful LA. Gorgeous scenes out there. Saw the beautiful high school, Redondo Union High School, where legends are made. But let's say hello to some people in the chat. We got my boy Axtron. Go Collect's in the house. Jacob's in the house. New York Steagle's in the house. And my guy, Hebrew Cheetah, back-to-back 50K winners last week. What's up, Hebrew? Hey, Hebrew was very hospitable last night. There we go. Hospitable last night, Matt. How's your week been? I was out in L.A. with Hebrew doing some work, playing some MLB DFS. How was your week going?
My week has been going good, but clearly not as good as you. Got me having some FOMO over here, hanging out with Rio, the myth, the man, the myth, the legend, I should say. Hot right now in the MLB streets. Love to see it. Can't wait. I was just thinking about this last night. You know, we've talked a little bit. Can't wait to be back on talking some hoops with him. Lot to talk about. So, yeah, jealous that you were out there seeing him, but excited that I'm on here with you tonight talking some MLB. Unfortunately, it's a pretty weak slate, only 4 games, but money's money. Green is green, so let's get it.
Yeah, they got a couple 50Kers up top over on DK. And, yeah, NBA will be here before you know it. So will NFL. Got a game tonight, actually. Everybody's talking about that. Hype for that. Got this 4-game slate tonight, and then we'll be back tomorrow, Matt, me and you doing our normal Friday show. And I put in the chat last Friday night I was $121 poorer, so make sure you tune in tomorrow. We'll be giving away a free 121 ticket over on DK in the single entry. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night. We'll get that off and popping for sure. But 4 games on the slate. We're going to go game by game. I have the stone pulled up. So let's just get right into it. Some day games that are over, should be over soon. So we're going to go right down to the first game on the slate. That's right here. It's the Battle of the Sox. You got the Shy Sox. Never play the Shy Sox against lefties, Matt. Going up against the Red Sox. Got the newly minted White Sox, Luis Castillo, who we've loved picking on all season long, taking on a lefty. It's going to be popular. 4-game slate. Talk to me through this one. White Sox wrapping up in Fenway, taking on the Red Sox.
I don't want to say never use the White Sox against a lefty. They're just better against right-handing. Nah, they're just better against righties than they are lefties. I mean, as far as tonight goes, the pitching is exceptionally weak. You got 4 games. There is 2 good major league pitchers right now, 1 decent DFS, 1 good DFS pitcher in Suarez, and another, the other good real life pitcher, Waka, isn't a great DFS pitcher. So it's slim pickings here. In this game, it's hard not to like Suarez, given what we're working with. You mentioned the White Sox are much better against righties than they are lefties. Suarez is a lefty. So priced affordably at 8,800 on this slate. There's a bunch of good offenses. This slate's going to be won with offense. It's about getting by a pitcher. Suarez has the highest ceiling. He's the one guy, if there's one pitcher that puts up like a score you need, it's very likely to be Suarez. And he's got a high floor also because of his K upside here. So on a lot of slates, if this were tomorrow's slate and we had 13 games and Suarez were 8,800 against the White Sox, I think he'd just be a play. Like, I personally probably wouldn't play him, but I wouldn't be like stacking against him either. But on this slate, he looks like the top pitching option overall. As far as offense in this game, and yeah, Luis Castillo is a no for me, meaning I think Boston is a really good stack. You take him out of Seattle, and now you get him in Fenway. I'm in on Boston here. The White Sox, no, but they offer leverage against what should be a really chalky Suarez. So in that sense, I understand why someone would play some White Sox, but on paper, they don't look good to me. If I'm playing one lineup, I think Boston is under heavy consideration. How do you see it?
Yeah, for me, let's start at pitching first. I think if you're playing one team or if you're playing 150 teams, I think you go in there in that little optimizer and you find Ranger Suarez's name, you find that little lock button, you click that lock button, and then you go from there. Look at these guys' strikeout percentages, 33%, 50% for Murakami, 26%, 30%, 36%, 35%. Ranger Suarez, lock and load. Do not play Ranger Suarez on this slate. In my opinion, that's what I'm going to be doing. He's a great play, not playing any of these White Sox. And then, Red Sox going to be highly owned.
Is it about how much you like Suarez himself, or is it about that you just don't like the other options? Like
a combination of both,
So, like, if he were on the slate tomorrow at this price, you would consider him strongly.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's all who's pitching,
sure,
right? But
no doubt. But on an average slate,
and on an average slate, I mean, if you had 3 or 4 top dogs, maybe not, but $8,800, that's pretty cheap, especially tonight. But I like what you said is that he's the one guy that's going to pop off on this slate. Like if some guy's going to get 30, I think it's going to be him, and I don't think there's really anybody else on this slate that can do it. My personal opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. I agree with that. And the only other thing I'd say to that point is this is definitely a slate where you could use a hitter against your pitcher or two, and a White Sox bat against a White Sox bat. Like if we think Suarez has high K upside here and he's likely to get a win, you pick off a home run against him, you could be in a good spot. Just saying.
Yeah, or in the 8th or 9th inning or something, right, when he comes out. But I don't hate that. I probably won't get there, but I'm definitely how many ever teams I play. I'm playing Ranger Suarez and all of them. I like them. And then also like these Red Sox bats. They've been hot. They scored 14? Was it last night or 2 nights ago against the All-Star, whatever his face was. And now they get Luis Castillo, first game in the White Sox. I'm all over these Red Sox tonight. Yeah, I'm locking in Ranger, me personally. But moving on to the next game, got the Marlins at the Braves. Braves beat up on the Marlins, I think, both games. Now we got Jansen Junk taking on Martin Perez. Martin Perez hasn't been terrible. But I kind of liken him to what you said about Michael Wacha. Good real-life pitcher, I guess, or decent real-life pitcher, not a ton of K upside. But talk to me through this game. You got Jansen Junk taking on the Braves against Martin Perez.
Yeah, this is one of those games where offense, I think, reigns supreme. I guess, Perez himself is playable against Miami. He's not someone I hardly ever play, but it's not really a scary lineup. And on this slate, if he gets you 13, that might be fine, considering the bats, especially if Wacha or Suarez don't pitch well. So I don't hate Perez. I don't hate the Marlins stack against him, though, either. Smaller slate, I think they're low owned. And, Perez has been decent this year, but I think a lot of it's smoke and mirrors. His underlying stuff isn't good. When he doesn't have his best stuff, he can get got. And I think the ownership play against, a weak pitcher like Perez for me is enough to have the Marlins in strong consideration as a top stack for me. The Braves, their offense is really good. Junk is not good. They're expensive, but it doesn't really matter on this slate. So I think both offenses in play in this game. I think the Braves look better on paper. I mean, the Braves might be the top overall stack on the board. The Marlins are getting the ownership edge.
Yeah, I think I'll wait till tomorrow to give you the business on the Marlins. So I'm going to save that because I'm filling in on this show.
Well, you don't even like them tonight? I mean, what's –
No, I mean, you
and the Marlins, I forgot. You hate the Marlins. They're not
the Marlins. Right now. Hey, I'm going to wait till tomorrow. But it was Kodai Senga last Friday night. And the Marlins were Kyle Stowers did go yard though, so props to you. I don't want to spoil it for tomorrow because So the Marlins I think are in play. Martin Perez coming off of 30 burgers last game. I'm with you. I like the exact words that you said. Martin Perez can get whatever you said, got, and I believe that he's not a flamethrower. These Marlins can hit bombs. You said they've stolen more stolen bases than anybody in the history of the MLB or whatever you said last Friday. They steal bases. You didn't really say that. But
I just found out I'm not able to make tomorrow's show, so shucks.
hey, but you got Ruiz. If Ruiz is in there, he's going to steal bags.
Yep.
Yeah, Sanoha, you can hit bombs. So I mean, I don't hate this Marlins lineup in a 4-game slate. Listen, outside of the White Sox, all 7 teams are in play for me. But yeah, Braves are going to be popular. Braves versus Bo Sox. Who you like better?
I think those are your 2 top stacks tonight. I mean,
yeah. Okay.
The Padres also look good. Like, I think the Padres, the Braves, and the Red Sox are the clear top 3. Between them, I think it's a personal preference. I think the Braves and Red Sox look real close on paper. Like, I really do. I think it's a personal preference type thing. The Red Sox are cheaper, but this is the type of slate where that doesn't really matter because we don't have top pitching to spend up on. So
yeah.
Both. And then that's why I team like the Marlins. I just can't see the Marlins getting ownership as a full stack. I can't see it.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the fun Padres game here in a minute. But yeah, I'm okay with the Marlins tonight, man. I'm not on this slate against Martin Perez, coming off his best performance definitely all season, maybe his career. I think that was against the maybe the Nats or somebody like that. Let's move on to the next game. We got Bailey Ober taking on the All-Star Michael Wacha in Coors Field 2.0. Hadn't really played that small this year, in my opinion. I feel like. What were you gonna say?
I said, not really. When you said Coors Field 2.0, just because it maybe should play like that, but it hasn't. I think a lot of that has to do with how bad the Royals' offense is, but it's not like their pitching staff is good. So, yeah. I actually had much higher expectations for this park. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. Real quick, New York Steagle. I mean, I think it's Chris Sanchez or Suarez. I think you're getting like a $1,500 discount on Suarez, but Sanchez is a beast too, so I don't hate him, especially against that Nats lineup, and he gets the lefty advantage against their two better hitters or best hitters. All right, sorry, Matt. Twins playing at the Artist, normally known as Coors 2.0. Yeah, has not played that way. That lineup is putrid. Woo! But you got Bailey Ober on the mound. Talk to me about this, and this one's interesting. I think both offenses are going to be in play, but Twins at the Royals.
This series has been awful from a DFS
3
perspective.
runs last night.
Yeah, I mean, but you got 2 pitchers. Ober is a guy we like to pick on for sure. And then Wacha, like, this is tough for me because ideally this is a slate where I would stack the Twins because Wacha is going to be highly owned. And because of that, I would want to stack the Twins against them. I already think the Twins look good because I don't think Wacha is that much better than the field. Obviously Suarez, we're kind of separating from the field. That said, I do think that Wacha is the best of the field. And there's just no one else that I really want to play. So I might get sucked into just playing Wacha and Suarez and getting different with my bats. If I don't play Wacha, I think stacking the Twins is wildly in play. I mean, he's just not a great DFS pitcher because he doesn't strike guys out. And guys like that can get got. Even though he's a good real-life pitcher and the Twins aren't the best lineup in the world, which is probably what gets me to play Wacha more than anything. They still have upside on a small slate. And then the Royals, man, the Royals.
They're so bad.
They're so bad. Like, Ober stinks, but I think this is one where I kind of just don't want to play either side, Ober or the Royals, acknowledging that both sides have upside because the Royals' offense is bad, man. So any pitcher against them can have upside. Same can be said about any offense going against Ober. So you got Witt back, Caglione,
yeah, Jack as what about Jack as a one-off or something?
Definitely, but at the same token, why not Ober as a pitcher if you're not playing Wacha or Suarez? You know what I mean? And Suarez, I get just locking him, like you said, but Wacha is not that guy. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not playing Wacha, who are you playing?
I agree.
I don't even know the answer, but Ober's got to be in consideration. I mean, because look at who else there. I mean, there's no one.
Yeah. I mean, Martin Perez, but I don't even like him. I mean, just you got to play two. Like
he's going to get ownership, I think, because he's like the third option. I think he's actually going to get ownership.
But like, let me ask you this. This would be good for the people watching. Like, I know we play the ownership game, but on a 4-game slate, are you less likely to look at it, or are you still kind of like looking at something like if Martin Perez was what do we say he's going to be owned? 20. I think he's going to be higher than that. Let's say he's 40% owned. Like, are you going to fade him, or are you just going to say there's only 8 to choose from? He's one of the best of the bunch.
I'm more likely to use ownership as a leverage point on a slate like this because the options just aren't good. So
if he's well, they're saying him and Ober are going to be the same. Let's just say Perez was 40 and Ober was 20, but you like Perez better. Are you still going to play Ober because he's half the ownership?
Yeah, and that's in that case, Ober's 20, Perez is 40. Give me Ober because I think they're basically the same. Like, the question is how much more do I like Waka than Ober? Because like that's a real. I think personally, I would play Ober over Perez because I think that Perez is likely to be close to double the ownership of Ober. Waka will be higher owned than Perez for sure. So he'll be at least double the ownership of Ober. And Waka will be 3 times as owned as someone like Ober, which is interesting on this slate. So
oh really? You think so?
I think the chalk pairing is easily Suarez Waka. Yeah. Do you not?
Yeah. I don't see 2 other pitch. I mean, Ober and Martin Perez would be the only 2 pitch. Maybe Walker Buehler. He stinks. We're about to get there next, but at 7K. Anyway, enough on that. Let's move to this next game. Padres at Diamondbacks. I think it was what, like 8-0 one game one way, and then 8-0 or whatever it was the other way. So now got the rubber match tonight. Got Walker Buehler. Got Kenyon Drake pitching for the Diamondbacks. Talk me through this one. Padres at the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I mean, another game where the pitching is really hard to want to get to. And you got 2 offenses that are kind of on the up and up. D-backs added Lars Nootbaar after adding Kepler recently after his suspension. So they got some juice in their lineup. I always like the Snakes, and I don't dislike them here tonight against Buehler, who really struggles against lefties. Now, you talk about a lineup, 4 of their top 5 is going to be Carroll, Nootbaar, Kepler, Marte. I mean, 4 guys that can swing, big time power from the left side. So I like Arizona here. And then San Diego, Cole Drake, not very good. The Padres have been a lot better over the past month and a half, 2 months than they were at the beginning of the season. They're out of San Diego, and they're much better against left-handed pitching. They're right up there with the Red Sox and the Braves. But you're not sneaking up on anyone. I mean, everyone knows that because they're in a really good spot. But all 3 of those teams can't be chalky. So I don't mind planting your flag on any one of them. I don't know. Between those 3, San Diego, Boston, and Atlanta, who do you think the lowest owned of the 3 is? I kind of think it's San Diego.
Yeah, I was going to say – I thought you were going to say who's going to be the most owned. I think it's the Braves, then the Red Sox for sure. I wonder if you can get a Suarez, Waka, Braves, Red Sox stack.
I'm sure you can. I mean, the Padres are expensive. So are the Braves. So I think a lot of it is going to be Padres, Red Sox, or Braves, Red Sox. I don't think you're going to have a lot of Padres, Braves.
Do you like the Padres better than the Snakes?
Yes, I do. I think they're in a better spot. I think ownership is probably going to be comparable, but I think they're similar stacks. Like, if any of one of these teams like comes in and dips in ownership, that's the team I want. I mean, only team I really don't like here is the White Sox. Even the Royals, like, You could sell me on the Royals here against Ober if Ober's going to get love and the Royals aren't, but we don't think Ober's going to be that popular. And I think the Royals are probably appropriately owned. The one spot I think is the Marlins, even though I don't love it.
Have to play a Marlins team tonight. Just win
Might
on
have
the
to.
post tomorrow.
Is their lineup out?
I haven't seen it.
I can't believe you're just gaslight me into saying the Marlins are okay tonight just to drop the hammer tomorrow for whatever it is you have to say.
I gotta think of something to come up with, man. I gotta think of something to say. We played the Marlins. You said the Marlins on a 13-game slate were one of your top 3 stacks. I think that was just to spite Ham, though. That was not a true belief.
It was because they were facing Senga, who's awful, man. Like I've seen teams way worse than them get after Senga, but you were right. I was wrong.
Well, I don't know. Listen, I'll give you some credit. What did I say the over-under was on total runs?
I can't even remember.
You got bad memory, man. You're too young to be losing memory. Four and a half.
I know. I got 2 little girls. You know what I mean? They consume too much of my mindset. I was going to say you're probably lucky that I don't remember too much of your takes because they're probably all wrong. I do remember 2 weeks ago when you disliked the Braves-Orioles game on Friday night, and that game ended up going off. Granted, in extra innings. So
DraftKings doesn't count extra innings in DFS, do they?
Yeah, no, they don't. God, extra innings now with the runner starting on second can really change slates when it gets to extra innings because you sometimes have games that just go back and forth. You didn't really used to have too much of that when the runner didn't start on second. Right. You know what I mean?
Well, you saw the Nats. The Nats got that natitude last night. I think they got 4 in the 10th against Philly, like with Miles Mikolas bunting in a run. That's just like, yeah. Now he's on the bump on FanDuel. Stats has a question. He has some tickets tonight. Do you want to give a 60-second overview on proper stacking in the MLB? 3 to 4 guys on 2 teams.
I think there's no right or wrong way to do it. I think traditionally stacking is stacking 5 guys from one team and then either a 3-man, secondary stack, a 2-man and a 1-off, or all 1-offs as your secondary, with a 5-man. And then you get variations of that. You can go 4-4, you can go 4-3-1. There is no right answer. I mean, I've seen all sorts of lineups take tournaments down on small slates like this. I mean, you could have a 3-3-2 takedown. There's going to be a lot of offense on this slate. You're going to want home runs. So there is no right or wrong way to do it. Traditionally, I build like going against a pitcher. I'm usually building 5-man stacks, but there's certainly plenty of ways to skin the cat. You know what I mean?
The best way to skin it is if you just play all 8 guys that hit home runs, and you're usually pretty good. So if you can do that.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you can pick the optimal lineup, good luck. But yes.
That's hard to do. If that was easy to do, we'd all be doing it. But yeah, excellent breakdown there. I mean, that's it. That was fast. We're going to have a doozy tomorrow night. It's going to be a lot of games. I'm locking in Suarez. I think he's a great pitcher tonight, short slate against a team that he should be able to carve up pretty good. We've kind of given our favorite pitchers, our favorite stacks, but give us your top 2 stacks on the slate. Like, who are you really dialed in on out of the 8 teams?
The one thing that is nice about this slate is all the stacks are good except the White Sox. So like you'll probably get spread out ownership for the most part. I'm going to say my favorite stacks are the Red Sox because Luis Castillo, not good, and now not in Seattle anymore. I'll say the Padres. And I'm going to say the Marlins is my sleeper stack. And I'll leave off the Braves because they're obvious and can't stack everyone.
I got a home run call of the day. We were 2 for 2 last Friday. Can we do it again? Do you have one, or should we save it for tomorrow?
Why not both?
Okay, let's do it. Go ahead.
You first, sir.
All right, Coors Field 2.0, batting third from the University of Florida, the Gators. If you're not a Gator, you're Gator bait, Matt. Jack Caglione.
I could have seen that coming when we mentioned him earlier. Your eyes lit up and you asked about him as a one-off, and I get that. I am going to go with in the 3 hole here. Their lineup is out. I like the Marlins here. Give me Agustin Ramirez to hit his first since getting called back up.
He's back. Oh, guess who's back?
Yeah, because they traded Hicks to Tampa.
Oh, that's right. Who had a salami the other night?
That was a great move for Tampa.
Yeah, no, they're looking good. I think they swept the Rockies, and moving on. Well, that'll do it for us. Appreciate each and every single
one.
One
thing I got to check before we go is the rain in Atlanta, but it looks like it's okay. So
looks like it's okay.
Sorry.
Okay, good. No, it's good. Good stuff. That'll do it for us. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be giving away a $121 ticket, single entry ticket for Jock Jams hitting a bomb last Friday night. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Matt is going fishing tonight with Augustin Ramirez. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow night. For my guy, Matt, I'm Ham. Good luck tonight on those contests. Just ship.